Boy. 2026. Another year. Another year. Hope everybody had a good celebration. A good, safe celebration. I'll tell you, the older you get, they don't really seem to matter anymore. You know? They're just another day. They're just another day. Especially if you don't drink, which I'm not like sober or anything like that, but it's just like if you're not like, yeah, I want to get drunk. It's like probably like one of the more boring holidays in my opinion. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to bring it in with loved ones and family, and it was a good time. Hopefully you spent some time reflecting as well. Reflecting on the past year and all that stuff. It's kind of important, especially if you want to make 2026 the best that you possibly can. I know I spent quite a bit of time reflecting on things towards the end of the year. Usually I do from like November on, mostly because the days get a little longer and it's freaking dark by 3:30. So the depression really hits in, sinks in. And so I really start thinking about things, thinking about life. Sorry for I'm a little bit like of a haggard look today, but I fucked my beard up a little while ago, and I'm having to kind of grow it out a little bit because I cleaned up here, and it ended up like this too much, and finally I was like, okay, I have to admit that I made a mistake here, and I just gotta let it come back, let it do its thing. So forgive me, I'm a little bit haggard looking. So tonight I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit more chill, a little bit higher energy. So I still have 2 viewer topics that we're gonna hit, serious topics and stuff like that. But I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more of a chill hangout, react style stream. So I'll have a lot of stuff to react to. We're just gonna jump into it here in just a second, and then we'll kind of take a break, kind of hit one of these viewer questions, and then go react to some content, and then another viewer question, and kind of bounce back and forth like that. So again, if you want to submit questions for me to go over on the YouTube channel, towards the top, you can see the channel description, and in there's like a thing about business inquiries, and there's my email address in there. You just click that, and you can just fire it off, and put the subject like questions for the live stream or something like that, and then I'll know when I go in there and I see that email, I can pay attention to it. I have like a folder I can save them to, and then who knows, maybe your question will show up and we can chat about it. Hopefully it's a helpful conversation, and you get something out of it. So before I go into that, before we dive into like the react content, I gotta pay the bills, right? So I wrote a book. Okay, it's called Roll With It, Life Lessons from the Mat. It's available on Amazon, and there's a link in the description of this video or wherever you're watching it. I guarantee you there's a link. To sum it up, basically, it's like kind of like a knowledge transfer of all the bullshit and lessons that I've learned throughout the years through the lens of jiu-jitsu. So, like dealing with struggle and pressure and all those things. The primary audience is for men, but I mean, we can all be better humans. So if you're a female and you pick it up, I guarantee you'll get something out of it too. So that said, take a sip, kill this music, and we will jump into some of the first content that we're going to react to tonight. So I tried to do like what I try to do is, as I'm watching, like, because I pretty much like live on YouTube. As I'm watching, if I start to watch a video that I'm like, ooh, I think this would be good to react to on the stream, I stop watching it and I like save it in a playlist. And so then when I'm kind of planning out the stream each night, I go back and I look and I'm like, okay, let's put this one first and yada yada. So like I don't know what the videos are necessarily. So if they suck, then we'll just kind of skip them. But trying to keep, you know, like high energy and kind of mix some like funny ones in with some cool ones and stuff like that. And you know, trying to do what we can. So let's flip this over. So the first video that we have is, let me get the title up here so I can actually see it with you guys. This one is what happens when the canine door is popped. So I don't know. I always find it fascinating. I feel like if I was going to be a police officer, a canine handler would be pretty fucking cool. So let's check this out.
So what we're going to do is a really quick handler protection / hit the door popper and have her come save me session. This one's going to be really quick, short and to the point. I'm going to try to capture her perspective too. See how this goes, and hopefully she doesn't tear up my camera.
Hopefully she doesn't tear the camera.
Usually when I do this, she runs really hard. So I'm hoping she doesn't just completely lose the camera altogether.
Little meat missile.
Or drop it.
They really are amazing dogs.
One way to find out. I'm gonna go take a couple turns and be completely out of her sight when she comes around this corner. So at least that's the plan.
I actually wish you didn't put music to this.
Please don't tear up my camera. This is the remote that we use to control the door. There's a button on the back of it that I can push. It's connected to my belt. This thing also monitors the temperature inside of the vehicle. There's been a lot of dogs that have died from heat exhaustion. I think I covered it in a previous video. For whatever reason, the vehicle may fail. So what it does is monitors the temperature inside the vehicle. If the interior gets over 85 degrees, rolls all the windows down, kicks on a fan, and turns on the lights and sirens to alert the handler to come to the vehicle as soon as possible.
No shit, I didn't know that. So if it gets too hot back there in that thing, because like, I don't know, something happened with the vehicle, it rolls down all the windows and turns the lights and sirens on. It should just pop the door open. Fuck it, right? Let it free.
So that's the corner I came around. I'm hoping it's still connected. This will be the furthest I've ever gone with her doing this. I hope it stays connected.
I think it's cool she's already like...
So far, it's still saying system okay. So
she's already ready to go.
Alright, we've taken a few turns. She's pretty quick, so it shouldn't take her long to get here. I think I can hear her barking, so... Alright, where's the car?
Oh, shit. So it's following everywhere where he walked. It looks like. Until she finds it. That's awesome. Yeah, I actually never thought of that. Like, if there's no direct line of sight, then like, how does the dog find the handler? But it makes sense that it goes by the scent. I'm assuming that's what I got out of it, because he said that he took several turns and stuff before he popped the door. He should definitely get like a new GoPro that has image stabilization, because that would be pretty freaking cool.
The camera's still on. Oh, thank goodness. You're on so fast. Good dog. You're on so fast.
That must be the toy. I don't know a lot about the dog handling, but apparently there's like a toy that they only get once in a while.
Like I said, this is the furthest I've done it. At least up to this distance. I'm always gonna have a dedicated backup.
That's fucking cool.
Working on getting to me as quick as possible.
I don't know a lot about it, but why would you not want to be a canine handler? You know what I mean? Like, dude, you get a badass dog that's like, you always have backup, you know, and to some degree or whatever. But I also think it's funny how that toy looks boring as hell, but that dog really, really, really gets excited for it. Like, it will like go into some scary situations and bite some people just to have that freaking toy.
Good girl. We'll see what it looks like in the editing phase, and
dude, that's awesome.
Hopefully it entertains you guys. You know.
That's freaking so cool.
You don't want to give me that? Come on. Close.
I know. Joey the dog's like, I got this, man. Just let me at him.
You drooling?
You drooling?
Yes. Oh.
Dude.
Influencer Ari Kitsia.
Hold on. We got to go back.
All right, so what we're going to do is a really quick...
Look at this.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, my God.
Influencer Ari Kitsia.
Before we get into this next one, that bite, oh, goddamn. I would make sure my fingers were not where that dog was going to latch on, because holy shit. Chomp. And just drooling for that freaking toy, which I think is really funny. It's just a toy. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, Joey, that dog, I love it. Like, just as soon as the dog was, like, out of the view, the freaking dog started, like, whining and stuff just because it knew it was game time, you know? All right, this is an Asmongold clip. It's reacting to something that happened at a college, I believe. And I think he's going to read it and explain it, hopefully. So let's check it out.
Influencer Ari Kitsia sparks outrage after reportedly speaking to 1,200 students at University of Washington. My 1,200 students and I manifesting that Ari Kitsia visits the class. Oh my God.
Always works out in my favor because I always get what I want.
And it's a bunch of... Wait a second. Did I just see that crowd? It's all women with their phone out that are gassing up an OnlyFans model. You know, I used to be against student debt. Now I'm for it. Increase the interest, double it. Double the interest. Oh my God. It's all girls. Already talking about how someone asked her to shit in a box for 10K?
Dude, it's so sad.
Did she ever go to Dubai?
I didn't do that, guys.
She didn't shit in a box. Wow. Here, Jesus, put on your sandals and come down here. It's an emergency. They're philosophizing about being a prostitute. What is this? This is the girl?
Posts that are like, name one girl that's naturally pretty. Natural. You thought this was natural? Guys, I have my nose done, my lips done, I have chin lipo, I have chin filler, I have Botox in my face, I have Botox in my traps, I have the girls done, I have lipo 360, my hair is fake, my nails are fake. I wear makeup in every single video, and if I'm not wearing makeup, I'm wearing a filter, and even if I am wearing makeup, I usually have a filter on, so there's nothing.
Holy shit. Like, the level of depravity here, okay? Like, I don't necessarily know what the equivalent for young men would be, but we don't want young women growing up to want to be an OnlyFans model and completely change the way that they look so that they can get naked or shit in a box for 10K. And I think the fact that what blows me away so much about this is a university brought her in like it was a good thing, like career day or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, what is wrong with the education system to enable something like that? Like, I'm pretty mind blown.
Really natural here. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, but thank you.
The thing is that the girls that do this plastic surgery shit, they end up being 40 years old looking like Jigsaw.
She's 24, by the way.
The funny thing about this is that I actually think that the women that do OnlyFans know more about human psychology than most psychologists do, because these women are able to manipulate men into typing their name into Google, and instead of typing leak, they type OnlyFans. That's crazy. Like, because you could just look it up for free, get the pictures for free, and they don't do that. And so really, like, if you can get somebody to give you money for this shit, it's not about the pictures. Oh, that's right. It's about talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, the fact that this is even, and let me preface this by saying, I think like they did some statistics, and the vast majority, like 80-90% of OnlyFans models like make under $250 a month and have all of their nudes and sex scenes and everything leaked all over the internet for their parents and family to see and their future kids to see. So like this idea that you're gonna be this girl and make 10K for shitting in a box, it's like it would be less odds of someone going into the NBA, you know what I mean? Like playing high school basketball and becoming an NBA star, right? Like, except there's no consequence for the person trying to be an NBA star. If they like don't make it, they don't make it, and they can go on and have a normal life. If you're trying to be that level of an OnlyFans model and you fail, like you're fucked. Like your life is screwed. You're gonna have little boys one day. They're gonna grow up to be teenagers, and I guarantee you, just like kids do on the bus trying to ruin Santa Claus, they're gonna be like, "Yo, look what your mom did." And they're going to be like, "No, my mom would never do that." And it'd be like, boom, here's the camera footage. Yeah, you can't unsee that shit. Tell me that's not going to have like some psychological damage on generations of kids.
Talking to the Pakistani man who's managing her DMs, rating how long your dick is. So yeah, in the funds, yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing wasting our fucking money on this shit? It's crazy. Like psychology. Oh yeah, let's hear from an OnlyFans girl on how to get guys to give you money. Be attractive. Oh, step 1. Step 2. There is no step 2.
Hi, Mom. What do you think?
Oh my God. This one's just called Testosterone 3.0. I have no idea what it is, but I think it's like a compilation of cool things. But if not, we'll skip it.
Hi, Mom. What do you think? Look at my shoes. Aren't they great?
My God. You look like a gangster.
Antonio Montana. And you? What you call yourself?
My name is Tom Shelby. And today, I'm gonna kill a man.
Badass. Look at that freaking bar bang. Holy shit.
You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Because fighting is primal.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You understand?
I love that line. I love that line. That's probably one of the better like movie lines. Now, there's a Mike Tyson, little clip in there, and boy, Mike Tyson was like insane for one thing, but he was just he had so many clips of the shit that he would say. Like, imagine nowadays if you were like the PR manager for Mike Tyson. Like, he said some shit where you're like, whoa, all right. I don't know how we're going to spin this, but please don't say those things again. But the thing was, he could back it up. You know what I mean? Like, he would just absolutely wreck people. And so back then, everybody was just like, all right, let the fucking crazy dude in the ring so he can like kill somebody. Or hopefully not kill somebody.
At a gas station.
So this one is called 16-Year-Old Wrestling Champ Stops Attempted Kidnapping. Crimes Gone Viral. It's on the Investigation Discovery channel. So I think I heard about this one like back in the day when it was, I think when it like kind of happened, and it's cool. Like, I would now, again, this is not like okay. I would do what this kid did, but I don't think it's a good thing for everybody to do exactly what he did, because he's going to say something in this interview, if I remember correctly, and I'm going to pause it, and then we're going to talk about that, because he was wrong about something, but luckily he didn't have to pay the price. So let's check it out.
At a gas station in Las Cruces, New Mexico, a man is trying to steal a pregnant woman's children, fighting everyone who gets in his way.
Right out of the womb.
He's after a lady with her kids. She's in the store. We can't get him out.
He's trying to force his way into the locked bathroom, where the terrified woman and her children are hiding.
There's a crazy man. It's okay. They're on the way. They're almost there, okay?
But then a good Samaritan shows
creepy as
up
fuck.
out of nowhere.
This young man comes and goes after the attacker.
I knew
right.
that something was wrong. I didn't even think about it.
His name is Kanan Bauer, and incredibly, he's only 16 years old, and
Dude,
he's a
corn-fed.
district wrestling champion. When all the chaos
Corn-fed
begins, he's not even there. He's at another gas station.
I was about to get in my truck and leave when I heard someone screaming from across the street, a woman with a baby running away from this guy. Like, I just knew something was wrong, you know, that someone was screaming for help. So I flew across the street. There's a man holding the door, and he was all covered in blood. And the lady outside, she was screaming, he's gonna get the kids, he's gonna hurt the kids.
Jesus Christ.
Kanan has no idea what he's walking into.
There's also, this is like, there's never a, there's never a good viral clip of some crazy shit going down with at least a couple women screaming. Like, it's the ambiance, you know what I mean? It's the ambiance of this, shit's gonna get crazy because there's women screaming random shit in the background just to like really hype it up, It's almost like that smoke detector beep in those other videos that I watch sometimes.
But he doesn't hesitate.
And then he was trying to kick down the door so he could get to those kids where they were hiding. And so I grabbed him from behind.
In a matter of seconds, this 16-year-old wrestler overcomes a man nobody else has
Hell
been
yeah.
able to stop.
Look at
It
the
wasn't
blood.
like a move that I did
blood
or
on the-
practice. I just grabbed him from behind and pulled him down onto his back.
With their attacker now pinned to the ground, angry employees pile on top of him too.
Like,
But
yeah.
Kanan calmly tells them to
I
back
was the screaming bitch in the background, but now I'm gonna insert myself into this complicated situation and really get in the way.
off.
They were in my way. I wrestled and that I'm a big guy, so I
That's
trusted
right.
myself. I had him.
Let
and
Big
he wasn't
Dog
going
handle
nowhere.
it.
Kanan only had one brief moment of
Let the
concern.
Big Dog
When I
handle
walked
it.
in the door and I saw that blood on the floor, I was worried that he had a knife or a gun
AIDS?
on him.
Oh.
But as soon as I was like chest to chest with him, then I wasn't scared. So if he had
Alright.
a knife or something on him, I was too close for him to stab me.
Several
Okay. Did anybody catch what I'm probably gonna say is the most stupid thing somebody could say ever? If he had a knife, I was too close to him for him to stab me. Is the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard, right? Because if you grapple and if you ever do any like situations where you have like a fake knife and, play around with how that works out, it's not good. It's not good at all. You get stabbed every fucking time, at least once or twice, So I'm so glad that this kid did what he did and it was fine and it all worked out. But I really hope he thought afterwards about, hey, if he had a knife, maybe I would not do what I did because he'd probably be dead,
minutes pass, and desperate employees are still pleading with the police to hurry up.
They're on their way. Everybody's on their way, okay? Just stay on the line with me.
Kanan stays firmly locked onto the man.
He was saying like, "Let me go," and cussing and stuff. But after
That chick in the
first
orange is
minute,
still
he
just
gave
screaming
up.
at him.
Kanan is calm, but the employees are still livid.
You see a lady come with a wet floor sign to hit him upside the head. You see someone try to hit him or kick him.
You're not
They
helping.
were angry, and I could see why. But
You're
I was
not
telling
helping.
her to stop hitting him because he wasn't going anywhere.
After Kanan walks in, almost 6 long minutes go by.
And you're thinking, where are the cops? It feels like it's taking forever.
That's when the
That's a long
police
time.
roll up and quickly put the man in handcuffs. The store clerks and other witnesses shower their gratitude on the team.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. He definitely lucked out, though. Let's just put it that way. 100% lucked out. Because oh God, that just could have gone so bad. Could have gone so bad. Like, whenever you're grappling, you are the closest you can possibly be to somebody because you're physically on top of them. Somebody can poke you from that distance very easily. And here's the thing. If they are poking you with this hand, jab, 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 and you're like, oh, okay, and you grab this hand, it's very easy for them to just be like, whoop, jab, 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 jab. Whoop. Jab, 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 jab. You know, so don't fucking wrestle people with knives. Carry a gun and shoot them if you have to. Not legal advice. Not advice at all, actually. I take it all back. Don't even do anything. Definitely don't say that I said something. So before we go into the next one, because the next one's like a little bit more of it's a little bit of a longer video. It's some body cam footage of like a shootout or something like that. So before we jump into that, I want to do the first video viewer question. I want to handle that. Get that out of the way. So, viewer question number 1. Let me take a sip here. All right, so viewer question number 1. How do you rebuild momentum after a big personal failure? This is a really good question because I think everybody obviously has failures in their life, right? So what I would say is, and I'm going to frame it this way, I'm assuming that this would be coming from a person that thought they were going to succeed, right? Because it's this big personal failure. So let's say like they thought they were going to succeed, or they thought everything was going well, and then it went wrong, it went sideways. So what I would say is part of the issue with building momentum after something like that is learning to trust yourself again, because if you wholeheartedly felt like you were going to succeed at that, at that task or that goal, and you failed, I think a lot of times it's really easy to second guess your ability to gauge or judge situations and do the right choices. So what I would say is you got to stack some small wins to build back your confidence, but like more so build back the trust in yourself that you can actually make good decisions, and that bad personal failure, not that it was a fluke, but it doesn't mean that your judgment is completely broken. It just means that it failed. Like everybody has, if you have any goals in life, you're going to fail some of them. That's just the way that it is. People that don't fail never tried anything, right? I'm sure there's plenty of people that don't do anything with their life, go home every night, flip on the TV, repeat, go to sleep, whatever, and absolutely probably never fail at anything because they never tried anything, right? So don't be that person. Be the person that's always trying to push your boundaries and setting big goals for yourself, but realize that sometimes you just cannot see all of the different angles. Something happens that was not even on your radar, and it can absolutely destroy a goal that you may have set for yourself. And then boom, you're in this position where you're questioning yourself, you're questioning your judgment, you're wondering, and also dealing with the failure. There might be like financial consequences to this failure. But in order to build momentum again, I would say dial it all the way back, and set some small, actionable, measurable goals that you're going to be able to hit, so you can just check those off and start building confidence in yourself again, so that you can go right back to making big moves in your life. So that'd be my advice. Cool. That was a good one. The next one's pretty good too. I actually got a lot. I have a lot of questions stacked up that I want to get through, but the whole episode would be that. And sometimes like my my twin brother Chris Williamson, Modern Wisdom Podcast, he does these like every million subscribers, he goes and he just has this episode where it's like an hour and a half long, where he just answers questions from viewers and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Maybe one day. But until then, we'll just answer a couple. So, all right, let's just check chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anybody on the Facebook side. Cool. All right. Nice. Let's get back to reacting to some of these videos. Now, again, this is a longer one. This one is like a 911 call. So let's check it out.
Hello? This is an emergency. There's a man with a gun. He was pointing at us.
What's the address?
83 North State Avenue. The police is just like nearby.
83. What did he do?
83 North
Respect to
State Avenue.
dispatchers. Respect to dispatchers. Not only do they have to deal with all of this shit, but they also have to deal with sleeping with police, and that's rough sometimes.
Has a gun. He was pointing at us. We just ran, but he's there. There was another lady that he was pointing at too.
Where? Okay, is he black, white, Hispanic, Asian?
Well, sorry, say that again.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white.
What color shirt and pants was he wearing?
Black. Yeah, I think he has a jacket. Black and
black jacket.
Black pants. Yes.
Black jacket, black pants. Okay, stay on the line for me. I'm going to dispatch officers. Okay.
Bold. He's bold.
Bold?
He doesn't have hair.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't hang up.
Hair.
Don't hang up. I'm going to dispatch officers. Okay.
Okay.
I saw that guy in all black right here. But
Shouldn't have to do him like that, you know?
Oh, yeah, he's bald, too.
Yeah.
He's bald.
Oh, he's got tattoos all over his face, bro.
Hey, don't move.
It's that guy. She had a coffee in her hand.
46, we're code 6 on the suspect. Give me a backup, 415 man with a gun. We're right in front of Nate's Cafe. Lift up your hands. Hands in the air. All the way up. All the way up. All the way up.
Hands up, don't shoot. Looks like a mannequin or something.
Hey, can you leave me alone, dog? I'm on probation.
Dude. Yo, hey, I know I got this gun and shit and I'm pointing it at people, but like, can you leave me alone? Because I'm already on probation, dog.
Hey, don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't reach for it!
Dude, he's
okay,
moving.
We gotta go less lethal.
He's moving.
Okay. Go!
Hey! He's got a gun.
He's got a gun, guys!
Oh, shit! Hey, drop it! Yo! Hey!
Yo!
Fuck! Hey! Drop it!
That guy looks oh my God. That guy looks significantly faster than this police officer. I think maybe he jumped out and twisted his ankle or something because he was like, yo, and he's like, oh fuck. And he's like kind of like hobbling along and he's got all his gear on or whatever. And then the female officer, she didn't even pursue. She was just like, yeah, hey guys, he's got a gun down there. Just leave him alone. He's on parole.
Drop it! I'm gonna shoot you!
God, he's on parole. Chill.
Hey! Drop it! Drop it now!
I can't even see where the guy is. He's ahead somewhere.
20-5, he's northbound Northgate, 83.
Dude. Oh. Maybe it's the camera angle, the perspective of the camera, but this appears to be a very slow foot chase. I don't know, I don't want to judge here, but damn.
Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now! Drop it!
Like, you gotta have to make a shot, you know what I mean? Like,
drop it now! Air Force One! Drop it now!
Air Force One.
Drop it! It's all right! It's all right! Drop it now! Drop it now! It's okay! I'm gonna help you! Hey! It's not a big deal! Nothing happened! Hey! Nothing happened! You're not in trouble!
it's a lie.
Okay, drop it! Okay, drop it!
You're probably in trouble.
You're not in trouble right now. I don't want to hurt you. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Drop it now, bro. Come on. Hey.
Don't be bothering him. He's on probation.
Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Hey, I'm gonna take care of you, bro. Hey, you're fine. Hey, let me help you. Let me help you.
Jesus Christ. Oh, malfunction.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Officer needs help.
Air Force One, fool. Ouch. Ouch.
Hey, drop it.
Oh, different camera angle? Yeah, I think.
Drop it. Air Force One.
Air Force One, yes.
Drop the gun or I'm gonna shoot you.
Is he saying like, I have these Air Force Ones on right now, so like I can't get on the ground because I might scuff them up and they're white and I don't want to mess them up? Or is he like saying like, I like work for Air Force One like it's credentials?
It's all right, drop it now. Watch crossfire. Crossfire, crossfire.
That was a sick board game back in the day.
It's not a big deal. Nothing happened. Hey, nothing happened. You're not in trouble.
That guy totally.
Drop the gun.
This dude, passed this guy's hands or whatever. Hold on, let's back it up a little bit. This guy totally looks like he could have ran faster than he was running. I was expecting something else, and this dude totally looks like he could have ran faster.
Nothing happened. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. Okay, drop.
Nothing happened. You're not in trouble.
Drop the gun. You're not in trouble right now. I don't want to hurt you. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
Yikes! Watch crossfire.
Hey, drop it. Drop it. I'm gonna shoot you.
How did he not die?
I got it.
He had a fucking shotgun?
I got it. Get out of here. I'll take care of you, bro. Hey, you're fine. Hey.
Somehow I missed it. It was a shotgun. I thought it was just a handgun.
Drop it now. Shots fired. Officer needs help.
How the fuck?
I got it.
I had no idea that he had a shotgun. I was just assuming that he was running with a pistol. That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, I don't know the laws, but I don't know how he was not filled full of holes. That's crazy. Oh my God. Dang. He was most likely on his way to college to become a doctor or a lawyer. He happened to be on parole, and these officers clearly harassed him.
You okay? Yeah. You were shot or anything? No, bro.
You shot or anything? Nah, fool. You shot or anything? Nah, fool. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Did anybody see how the shotgun came into the situation? Let's just rewind that a little bit. Let's just rewind that a little bit. Oh, what is that? That looks like a shotgun. That could have gone really bad. That could have gone really bad. Oh no.
All you is officer needs help. Northgate and Topanga, officer needs help. Northgate and Topanga, shots fired in the area and expand on Topanga Beacons.
Oh my god, that could have gone really bad. Is this the translator? Dude, that could have gone really bad. Yikes. Yikes. So basically they tackle the dude. The guy that had the shotgun was not the perpetrator. I think the perpetrator had a handgun. Shotgun got introduced into the situation when the guy with the shotgun that was doing the bobbing and the weaving tackled him and forgot he had a shotgun in his hands, I think. And then the shotgun fell down next to the guy that they were trying to arrest. I think that was probably a really good thing that there was that many other officers there to like pile on, because if it was just shotgun cop and the guy on parole with his handgun, if that's how that played out, 100% that good upstanding citizen that was happened to be on parole would have had two guns. Fool. And then he would have definitely been repping Air Force One. That's yikes. That's crazy. I like watching these every once in a while. This is the shit that, like, you know, police officers go through, not all the time, but it's definitely something that can happen at any point in terms of in their shift, you know? So completely changing gears here. This is what women actually find attractive in men. Let's
what
find
other things
out.
should I be thinking about in terms of seduction? If I want to be, because one of the central things I need to understand, as you've said, that the pickup artist community learned is what actually leads to the outcome. Because if I was to ask a woman, hey, how can I become more attractive to a woman? I guess what she might say to me is, be nice, you know, what, I don't know.
I've asked that question to so many women in my life, and I've never gotten a good answer, because that's almost always the response is, I want a kind man. I want a man I feel safe with. I want a man who is loving. And usually the guy in question is listening to that and be like, well, what the fuck's the problem? It's like, I'm kind of shit. Like, I don't get it. Like, I need to be kinder. And they start to lean into that even more. And I don't think that these women are necessarily lying to these men, but they're leaving out the most important part. Women do want those things that they list off when men ask them that question. They just want them from the men that they're attracted to.
Ooh. Yeah. Yes. Those qualities that are listed off are definitely not qualities that, like, make the first interaction happen. Attraction is what makes every first interaction happen when you're looking for that.
They want the men they're attracted to be kind and to be loving and to be generous and to make them feel safe. But it's not like being kind and generous and making women feel safe is going to lead them to feeling attracted to you. And that's the part that women leave out, and men in their, let's say, naive but good-hearted intention to give women what they want and to be a better mate for them, they just totally lose out on. So it's better to be attractive. Like, if you want to be good at the game of mating and dating,
just first step, be attractive. Like Asmund said in that other video. First step, be attractive.
You have an easier time the more attractive that you present yourself. You get more opportunities for selection. You get more beneficial arrangements in the negotiation process, and it's easier to maintain your relationship in the long run against your intersexual competition as well. So there's
what he's saying is true, but it sounds so funny when he's like coming at it, because he's like a clinical psychologist. So it's really funny when he's coming at it from like a psychology point of view, because he's like, you know, negotiation, selection, and all this stuff, which sounds so like cold and clinical, but It's just like the scientific ways to label these different parts of a relationship and like an interaction, you know? And the fact is that the more attractive you are, the more people you have options, right? The more options you have, which means you can have more selections. And then in negotiations, it's like if your partner is of equal attraction or you're more attractive than your partner, it's like all that stuff. And it's not like that you want, you don't want your partner to fear you leaving them all the time, but there's something attractive about like scarcity. And when you know that your partner is attractive enough to go find somebody else, it makes you want to treat them even better and keep them happy so that they don't go exercise their options, right? It's like it keeps you at the best that you can be, because you know that if you're not pulling your weight and if you're not being the best that you can be, they are capable of going and finding someone else. You don't want them to, and hopefully they don't want to, but it's the same way in reverse. Like the more attractive you are and the more of a quality mate you are, the more your partner knows that if they fuck around and find out, you're going to go find somebody else, and it won't even be hard to find somebody else. That makes people stay putting in as much effort as they possibly can. That's the other thing I think with marriage too. Like when it's a contract, it's like a contract signed. Hey, I got this paper signed. You can't leave me. A lot of times people are like, okay, cool. Well, legally you're locked down to me now. So now I don't have to try as hard. And we know how that works. We know how that ends.
There's all kinds of privileges and benefits to being attractive, and everyone can be more attractive than they currently are.
What do men need to do to be more attractive?
I think they can learn to dress better.
Yeah.
I think that they can take care of their physical fitness.
Yeah.
For some men, it's as basic as hygiene. You know what I'm saying? I think it's also really important to learn how to talk. The most kind of vulnerable organ in a woman to seduction is her mind, is her brain. Like,
although I will say I know plenty of men that do not know how to talk, and in fact, they're almost caveman-like, and they get plenty of women because women look at them and they think that the man's lack of talking is some sort of a mysterious, moody, like, ooh, why isn't he talking? What's he really thinking? In reality, he's like, soda. I would like sex now.
That is her biggest erogenous zone. And if you can learn to talk to a woman in a way that women will listen and respond to, you'll be able to do all kinds of things and have all kinds of relationships.
You'll be able to do all kinds of things.
Well, it's not a script, right? Yeah. So it's a lot about vibing, like feminine communication. Let's put it that way. Feminine communication is very different from masculine communication. I'm not saying, I'm staying away from men and women because obviously men and women can do both. But masculine communication is about the conveyance of information using semantic words. I know that the message has been received if you can more or less summarize that message back to me. It's like, I understood the content of what you said. Transmission complete, right? Mm-hmm. Feminine communication is very different. It's more like emotional resonance. And communication has been received when I can succeed in provoking in you a comparable or analogous emotional experience to the one that I went through or I'm currently in. You can think of it like tuning forks. One of them is vibrating. If you bring another one up to it, it will start vibrating at the same frequency as well. And that's when...
No idea if that's true or not, but it sounds cool.
You know that the communication has been received. And that's really important for men to understand because that leads to a lot of disagreements and arguments between men and women in their long-term relationships, where sometimes women are attempting to get men to feel the way that they currently feel. But men are paying attention to what they're actually saying. And they're saying, why are you bringing this up now? Or that's not factually accurate. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. And it's because of this failure of intersexual understanding. The woman is trying to provoke in the man the emotional state so that he can understand, like in his bones, what it feels like to have been her in that moment. But the men are just some men are just so literal. They're so functionally fixed on the semantic content of language. And
well, because that's how communication works, right? And I think, take that back. I don't even want to go down that road right now because it's a wicked tangent. But I think that the way that we see the world shapes our reality, right? And if someone feels a certain way about something, to them, that's what they believe. That is their reality. And where it's very well known, like, men, we have feelings, we have emotions, but it's not really our guiding decision-making thing. Like, logic and reason and analytical thinking, very factual, whatever, that is the top layer of how we think. And then emotions weigh into it as well. Like, we analyze a situation logically, rationally, and then we listen to our gut and say, how does this feel? I think it's a little bit flipped for women, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing or whatever. It's just different. So when a woman feels a certain way about something, that is what she believes. That is her reality. Just like a man comes to a conclusion, he thinks that is his reality. There's plenty of men that come to the wrong conclusion with their logic and rational thinking, just like there's plenty of women that come to the wrong conclusion when they listen to their emotions and base their decisions on that, right? I think that is and this is basically what he's saying, but that is a really big reason why there is such a struggle to communicate sometimes. It's not that either is not listening to each other. It's just, we're almost just talking two different languages. We could be saying the same things, but arrive at the same conclusions differently, right? Now, I'm going to stop there because I think if I go any further, it's a topic for another video. I'll give you a hint: accountability.
The truth is that words are both. Words always have this defined semantic meaning, but they also are in different containers of emotion. Mm-hmm. Like, every word can be said with any different emotional content possible. You can say the word please seductively. You can say the word please threateningly. You can say the word please pathetically. I mean, that's what actors do, right? They invest this script, which are just words on a page, with emotional content, and that's what makes their performance enchanting. Mm-hmm. If you can do both, if you can be very particular with your words,
never thought about it like that,
and you can invest it with some degree of emotional content, you can be a very charismatic communicator.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's okay to like your husband.
All right. Before we hit that one, I want to go on to the second viewer question before we move on. And we may be done with that, and we might move on to some shorts that I have, because that's like an 8-minute video, and I think maybe we'll watch that for the main meat and potatoes of a different stream, maybe next week or something like that. So let's swappy these viewer questions out here. Make sure these match. Okay. So this viewer's question is, how do you let go of regret without pretending it didn't matter? I understand where this person is coming from, because I think when somebody regrets something and they act like it doesn't matter, they're not actually letting go of that regret. It's just a deflection, because oftentimes when you regret something, you you're admitting that you did it, that outcome wasn't what you wanted, right? You fucked up, basically. That's why you regret something. So in order to feel regret, you can't pretend it doesn't matter. Because when you pretend it doesn't matter, it shifts the blame to somebody else. And therefore, you're like, whatever, like I did this horrible thing and I really should regret it. But instead, I'm like, whatever, it's not that big a deal. Like, it didn't really matter anyways, right? So I think the best way to get over regret, because if you're lucky enough to live long enough, you're gonna have regret. Everybody has regret. Now, the scale of the regret is different for everybody, but everybody is like, I did this thing, I wish I did this thing, right? I made this choice, I wish I didn't. Whatever. I think the best way to let go of regret is to understand that whenever you are in a place where you have regret, you're looking back at something. And whenever you look back at something, you have more information in that moment than you did when you did the action that you now regret. Because back then, when you made that action, you didn't know all of the information. You didn't know all of the cards, right? Now, 20 years later, you know exactly how that decision played out, and you've had years to analyze it and say, wow, I really wish I did this instead of that, because you have more information. That's why you regret it. In the moment, a lot of times you don't, sometimes you regret it instantly, but a lot of times you don't regret things instantly until you see how it played out. And you're like, ooh, should have took that left instead of that right, because that really fucked up that relationship or whatever, So I think the first part of letting go is just realizing that feeling of regret is just your wiser version being able to look back and have more information on that situation that you didn't have back then, and giving yourself some grace. The other thing that I think to let go of that is, once you've come to that conclusion where you're like, listen, I didn't know everything that I know now. I made that mistake. Realize that there is no amount of regret that will allow you to go back and make that choice differently. It is what it is. The only thing that you can do is learn from it and never make it again, or never make a similar one again. And if you act like it doesn't matter, you're never going to have that like self-reflection, that inner talk with yourself where you come to that conclusion. So acting like something you did doesn't matter is like so harmful on many, many levels, because maybe that person that you like hurt and you regret hurting, maybe they need to hear you say, hey, I'm sorry. It did matter. I don't want to downplay it. I fucked up. Can't take it back. Whatever. But if you pretend it doesn't matter, you're gonna kind of stay the same version of yourself that made that mistake that you regret. So, yeah, I hope that helps. Sweet. We're banging these out. So it's 9 o'clock right now. Hour into the live stream. At this point, I think I want to do like a couple shorts. Probably go like maybe like 10 minutes longer or something like that. And then we'll kind of bring it home and wrap it all up. So let me switch. I got to switch a view real quick to the, get rid of these because those are the long form videos. And I need to go to this playlist. Where is it? Want to reorder this a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Something nice, guys.
I wish they didn't autoplay when I click on something. I just want to click on it and bring it up so that I can then play it later. But then you guys always have to listen to like the first like 2 seconds of it. So, all right. This button. Cool. All right. me just make sure that that is looking good. I need to come back here. I need to do this. Make it even bigger. That's what she said. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, so these are just some shorts on YouTube that I thought were interesting. So this one's called A Man's View on Nice Guys Finishing Last.
I think nice guys finish last.
I'd say they don't even get a spot in the race.
No, I think nice guys win at a certain time and at a certain age.
That sounds like they do finish last with extra wording.
I think it takes the nice guy, good foundation, and then meeting a girl at that time who's like, I'm looking for certain qualities for the rest of my life.
I wanted to make this video to try and translate this message to women. This is how a man will interpret this. He has to wait his turn while you go off and have all these different relationships with other men. Because what he offers right now, which may be a good foundation, is not something she's accommodating on her current relationship timeline. During this time, she'll have an endless string of possibly bad relationships with plenty of drama and toxicity. When you're finally done playing games, you're going to show up on his doorstep with an endless baggage of trauma for him to unravel and deal with. I've sometimes heard women say, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. This is kind of a similar scenario. You didn't want him back then, so can you see how unfair it is to expect him to want you now? A relationship forming is only dependent on when it suits her.
Don't ever
Yeah, I mean, we hear that's why I mean, that saying nice guys finish last is applied to so many different things. Like you can apply it to like business, and you definitely can apply it to relationships and stuff like that. And it's like everybody, not just talking men, not just talking women, everybody reaps what they sow. Okay? Everybody reaps what they sow. Unfortunately, just like we were talking about with regret a little bit ago, sometimes you gotta work a few shitty jobs before you realize and appreciate a good job, right? However, if that good job came before you had that realization, you were probably gonna act young and wild and fuck it up, right? And then not get that good job. And then maybe not get any good jobs after that, depending on how wild and fucked up you were at that younger age. So it's just consequences of your actions. That's just the way that the world works. And unfortunately, nice guys, either the power dynamic flips later on, and when women make that change and realize after they've done all the other stuff that they know what they're looking for, and they're like, oh man, I really do value the nice guy. The power dynamic switches, and the nice guy then gets to pick from the women that he wants. You know, obviously want him too, but he now is, I don't want to say the prize, but like his value is suddenly realized. The only problem is sometimes there are no good ones to pick. It's like you've slept with 40 people. You have 5 different children with 5 different dudes, which means I have to then have a relationship and be friendly with 5 other men for life if I choose you, because, you know, your kid's dad's not going anywhere, right? So it's like, that's the baggage that comes with it, you know? And then nice guys, oftentimes we come with the baggage of a lot of heartache and shit we've been through and trauma and stuff like that. So that's our baggage. It's like you get to a certain age, there's a lot of baggage, and you just got to pick which one you want to deal with, basically, you know? And this is fitting. That's why I paired these up. This next video is Women says, when ladies settle for the second option, good man, they regret not messing with the bad guy, right? This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This is why men don't want to get married anymore. Just saying.
Don't ever marry your second choice. He is not the man you still think about at 2 a.m. Don't marry him. Every girl has that one guy, the one who ruined her for everybody else. You never get over him. You just learn to live without him. He set the standard. Every kiss after him feels weaker. Every I love you sounds quieter.
Men do not operate like this. We do not think about an ex that got away. That relationship in our mind, again, because we don't have any emotions and feelings attached to it. Like, so again, our reality is not shaped through emotion. So when we think about an ex, we're not thinking about all the tingles that they made us feel and the excitement and all that stuff. No, we're thinking, I remember that relationship and it didn't work out because this, and this. Out of our mind. We do not think about the emotions that we had back then. We don't even fucking remember them. You know what I mean? Because that's not how we see the world. We don't see it through that emotional lens. The problem is no man wants to be the second place guy. And guess what? You're not going to know. You're not going to know that you're the second place guy. And that's the real bitch. You're not going to fucking know if you are laying next to a woman that is thinking about the one that got away, who most likely was a dick, right? Because I did a video on this about how, like, a lot of times the man that women get stuck on from their past made them feel very strong emotions and dopamine and all this stuff, but it most likely was probably one of the most toxic relationships in their like relationship history. Just
You also compare silently
horrible.
every single day, even on your wedding day. You settle for safe because Dangerous broke you once again, and you swore to yourself, never again. You'll say, I'm happy, while staring at the ceiling at night, wondering what he's doing right now. Your physical body will be in the bed next to your husband, but your soul will still be in that old car, that old motorcycle, the old apartment, the old version of you that felt alive. You'll teach your daughters to never settle while secretly knowing you did. One day you will see his name pop up or hear his favorite song, and your heart will skip a beat like you're 19 again, and you hate yourself for it. If he is not the man who still owns a piece of you, don't put his ring on your finger. Because second choice love turns into first class regret. Marry the man that you cannot live without, not the one that you can live with.
This is one of the most diabolical videos that I have ever come across in my entire life. I'm not sure that I've ever come across a more difficult video to react to than this one. Because imagine if you are the person that's the second guy. This is the reason why the scriptures want women as virgins to get married, because they are basically pair bonding, trauma bonding, and they are becoming a spiritually connected being with a person that had a piece of them. And you can't unsee what you saw. So when I see women that always are in my comments or they do their little reaction videos and they say, well, Anton, no, you should become a step baby daddy. Or Anton, no, it's okay if she has 35 bodies. Or Anton, no, it's okay if she was a chick for the streets, so she was a midnight ballerina. I have to dispute that, because this woman right here is basically saying that there's always a guy, and she's not even lying. She's telling you the truth. I'm pretty sure that this was a video that is intended for only women, but y'all sent it to me, so this is where we at.
It's a disgusting reality that makes you not even want to fucking bother. You know what I mean? You don't even want to bother. And that's so sad. But I think also one of the real like hard things for men when they realize that this is a thing is it just goes up against everything that all of the fairy tales and the Disney movies and stuff have taught us about relationships, and in particular women. And it's not women's fault that they were painted in that light. You know, these angelical creatures and stuff like that. They're human. We're human. But somewhere along the way, that's the way that they were portrayed in like media and stuff like that. So then little boys, we grow up with this like false reality of pretty much human nature, I guess. You know what I mean? Because it's like we're expecting that love is going to be enough. And you only marry the person that you love the most and your soulmate and all that shit. And then boom, it's like somebody like takes the blinders off and a girl like this explains to you. And I know this is a thing because I've heard a lot of other videos and stuff about this. And I even did a video about it as well too. So it's disheartening. And I think that when men know that this is a reality, I think that's why they struggle with women that have higher body counts, on like principle, because the more people that she has slept with, the more that comparison becomes a thing. And you're dealing with all of the emotions that all of those other people brought to her, and you're competing against them, and you have to consistently bring her stronger emotions than they ever did, or else you become boring. And they think back on those crazy days when they felt alive. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but when they felt alive, right? And you're like, okay, cool. Well, I am keeping you alive in this relationship. So it'd be really cool if when you lay next to me at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm the one you're thinking about.
And I like to react to things in real time. She is basically confirming what every single guy's worst nightmare is being the guy that she settled for, but she has no reservation of leveraging you, using you, basically abusing you and getting everything that you can out of her, and then or out of him, and then basically you over here simping. This is why guys are afraid, deathly afraid of divorce more than they are marriage.
Yeah, we'll end on this one, I think, because this one's, I've seen these trends. I don't know if I've seen this one specifically, but there's like a whole bunch of these shorts and that have to do with this, and it's just like, yes. Anyways, but going back to what I was talking about with the last video, it's like, how does that sound like a good option for men? Like, just that there is a chance out there that you could be the second place guy. That alone, I think, makes most men that are actually good men just fucking sick. It's just like, it makes us sick to our stomachs. You know what I mean? Because like, it's very difficult for us to understand how someone could be with us and we're not their number one option. It's like, well, why are you with me then? Why are you with me then? And like, yeah, like men cheat and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. Not saying, this is a different thing though. And I guarantee you this is specific to women, and men do not do this. Women cheat, men cheat. Women do this specific thing. This is just one of those things that men do not do, right? We might do other horrible shit to women and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. But this is a specific thing that is like really, and I'm trying to explain like one of the biggest things. And I think it's the internet that's really like helping spread the word. It helps spread a lot of toxic shit too. But like, I think the more that men see videos like that and actually have their eyes like open to the way the world really works, it's like, why would we want to get married? Why? Some men are going a step further and they're like, why do I even want to date? Why do I even want to date? It's like, it's kind of black pill if you think about it, but it's just the struggles of modern society, really. Sometimes it's like, man, would be better just if we just didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, if we could just go back into the dark and just not know, that would be. Sometimes you wonder. Anyways, let's wrap it up with this one. So, this one's called "Women, I want to die peacefully in my bed," and then "Men" is this. Oh shit. Woo! Let's fucking go. Oh, let's fucking go. Dude. Oh my god, that I think that absolutely nails the way that masculine men feel about things. Like there's a lot of feminine men out there and they probably do not feel this way, but masculine men, real men in my opinion, you know, man's man, it's like just fucking give me something worth dying for. You know, give me a warrior's death. Please. Just give me something worth dying for. It's like wired in our brain. You know what I mean? That's why when some shit happens, men are like, you know, like, it's not that we want to die. It's not that we want to die. It's just like, give me a situation worth dying for. This bullshit office 9 to 5 stuff is just not what we were made for. You know, I turned 43 this week. 43. If we rewind the clock, there's a huge chance that if I was living, you know, a couple hundred years ago or whatever, that I would not be alive right now because I would have hopefully gone out in a blaze of glory fighting a neighboring tribe that was trying to come in and take all our food and rape our women. And I would have been like, I'll die for that. Right. But men don't have anything like that right now. We don't have that fucking like, let's fucking go, you know? And even now, like with the military and stuff like that, like the military in a way has like lost its popularity because back in the day, you know, I was actually watching Stranger Things, the show, and I was like, you know, in a way, the world was a more simpler place when collectively as a country, we were like, those are the bad guys. In this case, I think it was Russia, the Russians, right? And all Americans were like, the Russians. We got behind it. We could be patriotic, right? Now, what's happened is too many people are like, actually, they're really not that bad. And it is actually this reason and that reason and this reason and this reason that they killed a whole bunch of people and yada yada. And actually, America's the bad ones, right? Maybe that's true. But I think life was a lot better when we said, fuck the Russians. And we all said, I agree, right? You know, like when you dig and dig and dig and nuance and try to you end up with no like answer because it's so fragmented with so many different truths. It really ends up just being which truth that you want to pick. And it was just so much more straightforward when everybody was like, yep, the Russians, you know, was it right? Probably not. But I feel like that is one thing that like as the country, like we have lost that. We're so fragmented with so many different truths that are true, you know, but we need like the one truth. But we're so like, oh, this, and this group over here believes this, that, you know, they believe this truth, which is true, but then this group over here believes this truth, which is also true, and now they're butting heads in the middle, and nobody's getting anything done. You know, we just need to be like, fuck the Russians. You know. So again, anyways, going back to like having something to die for, like no one wants to join the military like they did in the past. They still might, but it's like when you join the military, in the past, it was like, you're going to go out in a blaze of glory and people are going to be like, you know, you're a hero, like all this stuff. And then Vietnam happened. And then people came back, our soldiers came back from Vietnam, and people were not like, you're a hero. They're like, actually, right? And, you know, Viet Cong, and they're oppressed people and whatever. And it's like, yeah, probably they were. Probably they were. But you know what? They weren't American. The soldiers were. So we just got to get back to like somehow consolidating it all. And I don't think it's ever going to happen because of the internet. So it's like the internet took it all out of the box, and it's like, fuck, you're not going to get it all back in there. It's never going to go back in there. It's like you bought a camping tent, you took it out of that bag. It's never getting back in that bag. Right? It's never going back in that bag. Not the way that it did the first time, which is unfortunate. But anyways, we are almost an hour and a half in now. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream, this first stream of 2026. Felt like I'd been out of this seat for like a year. You know, that's not a bad, you know, New Year like pun or anything. It just felt like I'd not been here sitting down talking to everybody for quite a while. So it felt good to get back in the swing of things. And I think this went pretty well with this format of having more React content and taking out the big video and just doing the viewer questions, which I still will chop up into videos and still put on the channel. We'll just kind of see how those go, because if they perform the same as the other segment that I was doing, then you know, maybe that will be a thing. We'll just kind of do these shorter, quicker, because as much as I want people to sit down and listen to like a 10 or 15 minute video of me like really breaking something down, no one has the attention span anymore to do that. So just because I want people to do that doesn't mean people are going to do that. And I need to come to that conclusion and be like, hey, if the same amount of people watch this 4-minute, 5-minute clip and they enjoy that and it gets more traction and it gets more likes and views and stuff, that's what people want to see. Brain rot is real. So, you know, you gotta flow with things. You gotta adjust along the way. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out immensely. And I will catch you all next week.